Hi, this is my review of the RME Babyface. The one you're looking at now is the Babyface Silver Edition, which I think is the only one available in England at the moment, whereas if you're in Australia, I think the only one available is the Blue Edition. RME just seems to be putting out different colours into different markets for some reason. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to be the case. I think this might be the first user review of this item in English. I've looked, I couldn't find any really. So yeah, well, here we go. This is mine anyway. And I won't spend too much time on the specification because you can go on the RME website, you can check this out. And for the record, it has sort of two line-ins or mic pre's, line-outs. Two line outs on the back, headphone out here and one on the back. It's actually the same output, but it does allow you to plug two sets of headphones in to listen to the same thing. That's really handy if you have a vocalist you're recording and you have one set of headphones and they have the other for tracking. So that's a nice feature. I think the Apogee Duet may have the same feature too. Not familiar enough with the unit other than trying it out in sort of pro audio shops. So yeah, anyway, while I'm on the topic of the Apogee Duet, this is obviously probably the Babyface's closest competitor, except that the Babyface has a few added bells and whistles which make this particularly attractive. Okay, so it has onboard EQ and reverb. The EQ is handled with DSP inside the Babyface. The reverb is handled natively by your computer, and both can be controlled from the RME Total Mix FX software. Now, I've tried this unit on a MacBook Pro and recording with Reaper, and a PC, which is my main studio setup, recording with Cubase, and in both situations it was flawless, no cracks, pops, crashes, just like very stable hardware. And I've heard, obviously this is my first RME interface, I've heard how stable the drivers are, and that's exactly what I've experienced so far. Now, on the front of the unit you have a selection button here. I won't deal with the recall thing, partly because I haven't really learned what it does, but I know it can be used to record particular levels and settings, so I might do an updated review. If you point out any things I haven't covered, I'd be happy to do an update for you and just give you some feedback on those. Anyway, the selection wheel allows you to control, you'll see the top lights illuminated, that controls the levels of inputs. At the moment you can see that I'm controlling the gain levels on the mic preamps. If I switch to the second light down, that controls the outputs of the monitors. If I switch down again, it controls the outputs of the headphones. The second button down will actually apply an attenuation of the volume. So if you get a phone call and you suddenly need to cut the playback volume down, then you just press that, the dim button comes on and the volume drops, which is quite handy. The sync light applies, I can only assume it's to do with word clock and internal and external sync, that kind of thing, which I haven't explored yet. So yeah, if you know, feel free to post a comment to let me know what it does. But I'm going to research that in due course, and then I can also tell you what that does. Anyway, okay, I'm going to deal with my only real problem with this unit, and then this could be something that's limited to mine, but I have been on the RME forum and I've noticed that there have been other comments about the problem. So it's this, the jog wheel on the unit looks a little bit like a broken bicycle wheel, in as much as it actually has a wobbling appearance. Now I don't know if you can actually see this from the pictures. It's not properly aligned inside the case. As a result, if you touch the wheel or rotate it in the wrong way, you will get, I'm not sure if you can hear it on the recordings, but you'll get a grinding noise. Now, if you buy an audio interface, you don't really want to hear the noise of metal grinding on metal, but that is exactly what you hear on this unit. Now, I'm not sure how many units are affected by this, but I mean, I will be returning this. and I will be getting another RME Babyface precisely because it's a great unit, and hopefully that one won't have it. If the other one I get as a replacement makes a grinding noise and looks like a broken bicycle wheel, then I may be looking into something else. But the flexibility of this unit and the fact that it offers Windows and Apple users, a fantastic interface as opposed to Apogee, which only operates on Macs. All these things just make it perfect choice for somebody that doesn't need a huge amount of ins and outs. I mean, in fact, this does offer 8 ADAT ins and outs on the back unit with obviously additional hardware like a 8-channel ADAT mic preamp, which RME also offers, but you can get a cheap one from Behringer if you just need to do some field recordings or you want to record your friend's band in a rehearsal room. Well, this potentially with the extra ADAT hardware can give you 10 mic ins, so this really does beat out the Apogee when it comes to the input possibilities there. And it really could be like a professional front end, whereas maybe the Apogee Duet would only ever be considered a prosumer unit in comparison to its more expensive offerings like the Symphony. But whereas this, it could be a professional front end. And for that reason, and assuming Apogee fix this grinding problem they have, this will be a first-class unit that I can highly recommend. If you have any other comments or requests for me to explore this unit further, feel free to post a comment and I'll do my best to get back. One thing I forgot to mention was the preamp quality. We did some recordings with a Neumann TLM 103 with some classic guitar and a Rode NT2000 for some vocals, and both sounded great. We weren't doing direct comparisons against other hardware, so we can't offer anything by way of comparison. But what I can say is that you won't be disappointed. They just sound like very transparent mic pre's. If that's what you're looking for, then this unit offers that. Okay, thanks for listening. Take care.